Hello, this is the uh this is the genuinely approachable Sudoku for the 13th of January, I believe. 13th January 2024. It is Moving On by Bill Murphy, and it is a killer a killer puzzle. A killer puzzle. Alright, sorry. I'm not really thinking much right now, but let's go through the rules and see how we can solve this puzzle. So, normal Sudoku rules apply, so there is 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits in cages must sum to the given total. So, you have different cages here, and each corner there are small little numbers. So, digits in those numbers must sum to the number that you see here. So, if this was a 5, then this would have to be a 7. And those are all the rules. So, with that, let's start solving the puzzle. Okay, so here I believe we have to start with like the ones with smallest and biggest cages. Yes, like this 17 for example. The highest you can make a cage is an 8 and a 9. Well, not only because digits cannot repeat along here because they're in the same column, but in general most killer puzzles have digits being unable to repeat in the cage. So the maximum here is 8 and 9, which just so happens to sum to 17. So it has to be 8 and 9. So going in this clockwise direction, I see this 4 over here, which must be 1 and 3. You can say there can't be a 2 inside, because then the other digit would have to be a 2 as well, which breaks. So minimally you can have a 1 and 3, which just happens to be a 4. Next, I have this 3 cage, which it must be 1, 2. I think this is the last one. Yes, this 16 is a 7 or 9 because you can't have an 8 on a 16 cage, and the two other greatest numbers you can have are 7 and 9, which add to 16. Alright, well, afterwards, yes, this 8-9 pair looks at this cell, so this cell can never be a 9, otherwise none of these are 9. So this is a 7, that's a 9. This 1-2 pair sees that cell, so that's a 3 and that's a 1. So we were working a lot with basics there. But those are the main strategies with killer cages and all that. Right now let's look at some other things. So I believe what we look at next might be this 6 over here. Actually, that's not very true. These cage doors are slightly greater in the center. Actually no, I can do this 6, yes. Because this 6 only has 2 options, and is either a 1-5 or a 2-4. You can't have a 3 in the 6 cage because the other digit will be a 3. So these are the only ways to have 2 digits sum to 6. Now, actually, if you place a well, this 1 sees those 2 cells, so it can't be a 1-5. So it has to be a 2-4. Now those see that cell, so that must be a 1 and that must be a 2. We can do the same here, I believe. Yes, because this cell, this cage, I keep mixing those two up. This cage is either a 8-6 or a 5-9. It can't be 2 7s. And this 9 sees that, so this can't be a 5-9 and must be a 6-8. So this can no longer be an 8, it must be a 9. That's an 8. Cool. I think we might have to look at this 14 now. Yes, this 14. Can this 14 be a 6-8? Well, we know that its 2 options are 5-9 and 6-8, but this can't be a 6-8, and the reason why is because if it was, then in this column over here, you'd have 3-8 clues. 3-6-8 clues, and you can't have 3-6-8 clues, otherwise you'd have too many 6s or too many 8s in the column. So this can't be a 6-8, and therefore must be a 5-9. This 9 here sees that, so that's a 5, and that is a 9. I believe you can do the same here, where this can't be a 2-4, and therefore must be a 1-5, which has to be like this. Okay. I believe this might be important, right? Yeah, it might be important because we can't use a 1 anymore in these cages at all. The 7 cage has 3 options actually. It's either a 1-6, 2-5 or 3-4, but it can't be a 1-6, so it's 2-5, 3-4. This 8 cage also has 2 options. It is 1-7, 2-6 or 3-5, but can't be a 1 7, so it's a 2 6 or 3 5. Okay. Yes, I see it now. This is actually an interesting trick that the message that came with this puzzle was actually that there was a more interesting and more challenging trick with puzzles that you would have to see here. And in fact, there are actually two ways to do it, so I should probably show you which two ways you have to do it. The first way is the more was, I guess, the method that they preferred when setting the puzzle. It says that these two options are either 2 6 or 3 5. Therefore, this actually cannot be 2 5, because making this a 2 5 eliminates 2 as an option and eliminates 3 as an option, 5 as an option. So these two cannot be possible, and therefore there will be no way to make an 8. So this cannot be 3 5 and is therefore 2 5 and therefore is a 3 4. And that helps us disambiguate this. But the other thing I could say is that these cells sum to 15 in total, because these sum to 7 and these sum to 8. Without a 1, the minimum you can make these cells are 2 3 4 5, and that sums to 14 if you did the math. Now the only way to make it a 15 is by increasing one of these values by 1, but you cannot do that for 2 3 and 4, because doing so would duplicate a number. It will make the 2 a 3, the 3 a 4, or the 4 a 5. So making 2 3 4 greater by 1 would not work in making a 15 cage. In making 4 cells add up to 15. So 5 must be increased by 1, and therefore 2 3 4 6. That therefore means that this is actually a 2 3 4 6 quadruple. And 4 cannot exist in the 8 cage, otherwise you'd have 2 4s. So this can't be 4, and therefore 4 must exist in the 7 cage, which has to then be paired with 3. So that's the other way I think I would have done it. But the initial way was probably a lot more clean, I guess. But these are your pairs now. Okay, I think we can do the same here. Where, let's see if I can do it my way. This 13 and 12 make a 25 in total. The maximum you can have this without a 9 will be 8, 7, 6, and 5, which add up to, this is a 26, I believe. Therefore, the only way to make 25 is to decrease one of these by 1. And the only thing that can do that is a 4. So this has to be 4, 6, 7, 8. The 6 cannot appear in this 12 cage, otherwise you have 2 6s, so the 6 must appear in the 13 cage, accompanied by a 7. Therefore, these are 4 and 8. There you go. I'm not sure, well, I'm pretty confident that that wasn't the intended logic, but that is another way to think about it. The 6 7 pair sees that, so that's a 2. That's a 6. The 3 4 pair sees that, so that's an 8, and that is a 4. Alright. So, what next? This 12 gauge, maybe? I mean, there are still a number of options for that. Yeah, there are still a number of options for that. What about this? This 11 cage might be more useful. Yes, because this 11 cage can't have a 9 in it, so it can't be 9 2. It can't be a 3 8 because of that 8. It can't be 4 7 because 4 appears in one of those cells. So it must be 5 6, right? 5 6, I think. Because there's no other way to make this. Yeah, it must be 5 6. So the remaining digits are 1 2 and 4. This cell by these two cells cannot be, well, it's not 1 2 4, it's 1 2 and 7. Sorry, but the logic is still that this can't be 1 or 2, so it must be a 7. Therefore that's not 7. 1 2 pair. Okay. We can't do the same with the 12 though, unfortunately. Because 12 does have a few more options. It could be 3 9. It can't be 5 7, but it could also be 4 8. So if it's 3 9 or 4 8, this can't be 3 or 4, and therefore this can't be 8 or 9. In fact, because this is seen by that, this must be an 8, and therefore must be a 4. Yeah, in fact, we know this is not a 3 9 pair because of the 3 and the 9 around it, seeing that cell. So I guess it is an 8 4 pair, which is disambiguated by that 8. This 8 now sees that, so that's a 6, that's an 8. So these two cells in the box are 5 and 9. This 5 sees that, So that's 9, that's 5. These 3 cells we should be able to complete. 3, 5, and 9. This sees 9. Okay, well, that's not very helpful. Yeah, okay. That's great. I think regular Sudoku now, or maybe this. Yes, this 15 cell actually has 2 options only. It's either a 6-9 or a 7-8, but this 8 removes 7-8 as an option for that, so that's 6-9. This 5 can't be a 2-3 because of this, so it must be a 1-4. And I'm very slowly but surely increasing my speed going on here, because I'm assuming that at this point we should be able to figure out what the options are for each pair of killer cages. If you can't actually, there is actually this little drop down tool here. I think you can see it in the recording. Yes, it actually tells you the possible options for each cage depending on its size and the total it's given. So this 10 actually has 4 different ways of making it in 3 cages, 3 cells. See, I keep making that same mistake. But yes, okay, we're done with almost all the cages except the 10 cage, but I think we can't really do anything with that yet. So let's turn our attention to some regular Sudoku. This 6-7 pair sees that, so that's a 5, that's a 6. This 5 sees that, so that's a 3. Those are not, and we can finally do something here. Yeah, in fact this can't be a 9, right? Because this is 10, and putting a 9 here means that these have to sum to 1, which is not possible. So this can't be a 9, it must be a 3. Wait, oh sorry, I removed the wrong digit. This has to be this remove 3, making this a 5, 9. The logic is still the same though. This can't be 9, it must be a 5. So that is a 9. These digits are, well, they're 3, 7, 8, I think. And those digits are 1 and 2, which is disintegrated by this. That's 2, that's 1. This 2 sees that, so that's 4, that's 2. This can be 8 because, well, this can be 8 or 7 because those added to 5 give you more than 10 already. So that's just 3. And therefore the last digit in this 10 cage would be a 2 to make a 10. So that's 1. And we are looking very symmetrical right now. That's good. We also have all the cages done with, so I think it's just regular Sudoku from this point on. Okay, well, I'm not very good at this, so where does the 9 go in this box? These 2 9s see that. Yeah, I know, shocker, right? Like, Sudoku channel can't actually do Sudoku properly. This 8 sees that, so that's 7, that's 8. In reality, my scanning skills are very bad. 6 in this box can't be those cells. This 6-9 pair sees that, so 6 goes there. 7 is in one of those cells. But, oh sorry, 5 sees all those, so this is a 5. These are 2, 7, 9. 2 sees those cells. Wait, did I say 2, 7, 9? No, I meant 2, 3, 7. So this 2 goes there, the 3 sees that, so that's 7, that's 3. That is in the row, that would be 3. Oh no, I can't do this. That is 7 and 5. This 5 sees that, so that's 7, that's 5. These cells are, well, the 1 goes there. 4, 8. Yeah, this 4 sees that, so that's 8. That's 4. We have a very nice diagonal shape here. Diagonal diamond shape. I'm just messing up everywhere. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. What are these 2 cells? Those 2 cells are 1 and 4. This 4 sees that, so that's 1. That's 4, that sees this, that's 3, that's 4. These 2 cells are 6 and 9. This 6 sees that, so that's 9. That is 6. This 6 sees 7, that is 6. These 2 cells are 6 and 8. This 6 sees that, so that's 8. That is 6. And these 2 cells are 2 and 4. This 4 sees that, so that's 2, that's 4. Cool. Okay. So, where does 8 go in this box? This 8 sees those cells, this 8 sees that. So 8 goes there. The remaining cells here are, well, the 4 sees those cells, so the 4 goes there. That means that's a 1, that's a 4. The remaining cells are 2 and 3. This 2 sees that, so that's 3, that's 2. Oh, 3 in the corner. That puts a 3 here. Okay. So the 5 sees those cells, 5 goes there in this box. The remaining cells are 1 and 7. This one sees that, so that's 7, that's 1. These two cells are 7 and 8. 8 sees that, so that's 7, that's 8. These two cells are 2 and 6. This 2 sees that, so that's 6, that's 2. This 6 sees this, that's 9, that is 6. Wow. This is 3 and 7. This 3 sees that. 7, 3. These two are 9 and 5. This 9 sees that, so that's 5, that's 9. Solving the puzzle. Okay, well, that was fun. That was actually a really cool trick regarding this 7-8 cage and this 13-12 cage. So I really enjoyed that. I hope you guys did enjoy this as well. I will see you next time. Bye bye.